Evening, everybody. I'll answer the first question. The starting lineup is the same. Everything is kosher. And looking forward to getting started.
Lionel, in the 3 games, their offensive production has gone down significantly each time. What have you seen differently defensively out of you guys?
We're just, learning what they're doing and trying to stick to the game plan, being more aware of where everybody is and what the plays are. And, we've been just more aggressive, more intense, more focused. Everything has been on a different level.
Do you sense a different level of confidence on that end of the court? And was there one particular stretch where you either turned to the assistants or noted, hey, we're figuring it out now?
I don't know about confidence. I just think it's about execution and doing what you're supposed to be doing. And I think our guys are focused and we're concentrating better. And then our second and third efforts, are better. And, we just try to keep the ball out of the paint, which gets you in a lot of trouble. They've gotten there a few times, but, we've tried to keep them out of the paint.
Coach, did you adjust on Corver for the last game and that you started switching instead of just chasing him around?
No, we tried that from the start of the series. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
So what was the difference?
Our guys were more alert and aware of him. I think when, even when he was away from the ball, they were aware of that he might be coming off, and they communicated to each other. And they sometimes switched, sometimes they didn't switch. But the switching certainly took him away from some shots. But you can't switch, all the time because sometimes it's a big setting a screen. You just got to be aware that he's coming off and run with him like a bat out of hell.
Coach, when you looked at the numbers that Jared has put up in the first 3 games, Jared Jack, when you looked at the numbers that he's put up in the first 3 games, just curious if you think there's something specific to this matchup that has allowed him to really excel. How do you account for the kind of success that he's had just so far in this series?
He's just playing well. Every series is different, and sometimes players you're playing against, I'm sure he spent a lot of time in Atlanta. He has a home down there. And he's probably played against these guys a lot in the summer, and he knows them and knows what he can do against them and all. So, everything is. There's no explanation from my part. I don't know. I'm not trying to even figure it out. I'm just happy that he's playing well.
On your end, though, is there something about the way? Because you've talked about trying to figure out what this team is for most of the season. Is there something about the game that he has that has allowed him to fit as well as he has at this point in the season? Do you think there's something about Jared that fits well with this team, in other words?
I don't know, man. I didn't get into all that. That's a tough question for right now, but I haven't really thought about it like that. I like his pace. I thought last game what he did better than anything when you look at it. He made plays. Usually he just shoots the ball. But he made plays for other people, which was huge with the way that they play us. And, that's as important as the shooting. I think he made one shot and he made the 3 at the top of the key. But, he got the ball moving to the other side and activated our offense and activated their defense to closing out, just like they're trying to do to us. And I don't know. Tried.
You went to Bklyn start lineup in game 2, adjustment to kind of, get the offense a little bit out there faster. What do you think has helped you guys in these last 2 games in terms of that adjustment that you guys made in that game?
Well, I just think, as I said before, all along, Bogey's been the starter. He plays the bulk of the minutes. And the way that they were coming out and overplaying us defensively and not really playing Markelle, and with his inexperience, I just wanted to take him out of that position where he had to make decisions to go and make plays that he wasn't comfortable making at this time in his career, and go with another guy who is more comfortable making those decisions. And obviously, it helps us to get off to a better start because we're not playing 4-on-5, because that's what essentially it turns out to be. So, he'll get another shot.
Coach, I'd like to bring up something that might be considered a loophole or the elephant in the room. Jeff Teague might be too young at this point, although he's on the rise, he's doing well, they're playing well as a team, to actually lead them, get them out of the first round. From observations of Game 3, and the fact that you do need a go-to guy, after all, who can maybe take over the game, and Atlanta playing team ball might be missing those two things.
Well, I disagree, but everybody has their own opinion. Jeff Teague is not too young. He's had a lot of experience, and he's hurt us, and he's a top priority. When we start talking about them, he's a top priority of what we need to take away. And, you know, they go to their guy. I mean, you know, they've gone to Millsap and done some stuff. I mean, they've gone to Horford. I mean, they have guys. I mean, you know, it's an interesting thought, but, you know, I was 23 playing for a championship, and, I mean, it has nothing to do with age. It has to do with talent and what you bring to it mentally, both from a cerebral perspective and from a mental toughness perspective. And if you have a good enough team to go play, you're going to play well. It doesn't matter if you go up against an experienced team or a team that's been there 4 or 5 times. If you're better than them, you're going to kick their butt, and that's all that matters. And so, you know, I hear what you're saying, and, you know, it's a very interesting thought.
After having opportunities in the first couple games and then finally getting that first win on Saturday, do you sense a confidence growing with this team that this series can be long, that you guys can do something?
We got to win tonight. It's like I told them after the game. We're in the same boat we've been as we've been coming down the stretch. We got to win the next game. That's all we talk about, winning the next game, because, you know, starting to talk about confidence and all that, just go out and get a win. And, you know, if we're fortunate to get 4 wins in the series over, we can be confident that we won this series.
Can that be an advantage for you guys?
What's that?
You've been playing must-win games for almost the last month. Does that make a team sharper going into the playoffs?
I hear that all the time on TV. Doesn't matter. The key is to be playing well when, you know, during the playoffs. And there's some teams that start slowly and don't play so well and get better as the series go on. And there's some teams that, you know, start out really quick and play well and get worse as the series go on. And they've both been in the other position coming down the stretch. So I don't think, you know, you just want to be playing well. You know, you want rest, you want health, and you want to be playing well. That's the key to winning. You know, if you're equal to the other team. I mean, if the other team's better than you, you just, you know, try to do the best you can competing.